righty, folks. Top of the morning. Hope you're doing well. Today is Thursday, February 17th. The year is 2022. And I welcome you to the program. This is going to be number 114. 114, if you can believe it or not. 114. Holy smokes. Yeah. So, hope you're doing well, staying warm. Very cold outside right now. Still mourning the loss of the Bills. Still have a small penis. Still got it all. Still got my mind on the cheddar, though. Mind on the cheddar. Let's get into some local news as we do, and then we'll get into some shit that pissed me off. Just about shit that pissed me off in daily life, and maybe it pisses you off too. And maybe we will share a moment. But first of all, beverage of choice, of course, my rapey LaCroix, as Mike says. And today, a new jack on the block, a passion fruit. Great colorway of this beverage, LaCroix passion fruit, and taste is superb. So one of these days, LaCroix will notice me and make me an ambassador, but till then, I will be shooting heroin in the back of my Buick LeSabre. I don't have the LaCroix corporate sponsorship yet, but at least I have drugs and alcohol. All right, onward to the show. Let's start off with something mildly interesting, and then we're going to go to something even more mildly interesting. Just kidding, or maybe, no, I'm probably not kidding, but, I like some mundane news, just things that are going on in the city. You got to get what you can take, because anything that isn't mundane is just somebody's fucking grandfather being murdered because he was crossing the fucking street at the wrong time. And this show is not a Debbie Down syndrome. This is not a downer show. This is an upper. This is an amphetamine of a podcast, and I welcome you. Had a little bit of a payday bar, so maybe that's why I'm just jacked on life right now. I'm just jacked. But yeah, so first article we're going to dig our heels into. This is from the WKBW Buffalo, and they have an advertisement here on the page before I get into the article, but there's an advertisement, and it is of a place that I've spoke about on this podcast. It says it's Rustic Buffalo. It's that one fucking artisan market that is in that barn that I was telling you about in Wheatfield. It says Rustic Buffalo. I thought it said Autistic Buffalo. I thought it said Autistic Buffalo at first, but anyways, that just is a little silly, and now we're going to get into the article, actually, like I said I would. All right. Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay. So, back on the topic of Bitcoin in the Cataract City. Not completely sold on the idea of it or really give a fuck about it, but it is something that is, current events, things that are happening in the world that are kind of up to date, topics of discussion and things that, are kind of futuristic and, not living in the past here in the old Cataract City. We are looking towards the future with Bitcoin mining happening here in our beautiful, beautiful city. Okay, inside a Bitcoin mining facility in Niagara Falls. Similar article to the one I read on the podcast a couple weeks ago, but it is different and more current. I will reassure you that. 7 News takes you to the Block Fusion cryptocurrency mining facility on Frontier Ave, one of 3 facilities operating in the Cataract City. So we have 3 Bitcoin mining facilities here in Niagara Falls now. Amazing. And if you don't know, Bitcoin or Frontier Avenue is, if you're going down Buffalo Avenue, and there is 56th Street that crosses, or is like a through street to Niagara Falls Boulevard, right near the 56th Street Bridge. It takes you downtown. Frontier Avenue is an offshoot of 56th Street. So it's kind of in that industrial hellscape kind of area of Buffalo Avenue where I feel like just a lot of inbred kind of people live. So that's just Frontier Avenue. So go take a drive by, and yeah, everything there, the houses are like, the roofs are like caving in and shit like that, but these people are mining Bitcoin over there while the people slowly die in their houses. But this article is by Ryan Arbogast. It posted on January 25th, 2022. So shout out to Mr. Ryan Arbogast for writing this beautiful article that's given me something to talk about, keeping me on the payroll. Niagara Falls, New York. There are 3 cryptocurrency facilities now operational in Niagara Falls. And 7 News took an exclusive look into one of them, Block Fusion, which mines Bitcoin. And mind you, I still don't know what the fuck mining a Bitcoin means, and I frankly, I don't really give a fuck, but it's kind of just interesting that they're doing it here once again. Our company has more than 10,000 miners and more than 50 MW of clean power that is constantly running to mine cryptocurrency. Now, 50 MW, I would assume, is megawatts. I don't know. Clean power that is constantly running to mine cryptocurrency, said Alex Martini, sounds like a stage name, the chief executive officer of Block Fusion. The New York-based company made its way to Western New York for one reason, and one reason only: Niagara Falls. Alrighty, onward. We came to Niagara Falls to harness the power of the falls. It is one of the most powerful natural landmarks when it comes to hydropower. And our company, different from all the rest, uses as much renewable energy as possible. They're probably all just saying this just to get the green thumb. We're at about 90% at this point, said Martini. 90% renewable power, I would assume. Block Fusion tells 7 News they want to embrace Western New York and shape the company with our community. Yeah, our beautiful community of severe unemployment, crime, murder, heroin, opiates. That's what it'll be, an opiate mining facility. We are here to work with Western New York, bring in jobs, industry, capital, and immerse ourselves in your community. Yeah, let's take all these people, all these truck drivers that got laid off, and all them that just, I don't know, fuck it. Let's keep going with this article. The company has already hired about 60 plus Western New Yorkers and is actively looking for more talent, specifically graduating college students. Block Fusion will become Western New York. Let's work together, said Martini. However, citizens have raised concern about the volatility of cryptocurrency mining facilities. The Niagara Falls City Council tells 7 News that at least 20 complaints have been filed against the extreme noise the facilities make, specifically the U.S. Bitcoin facility found on Buffalo Avenue in Niagara Falls. So this is a separate Bitcoining facility, the one that's on Buffalo Avenue. This one is on Frontier Avenue. Like we stated before, we don't believe those accusations apply to us, as we are not in a residential area. We will continue to work with local government and local ordinances. Due to the noise issue, Niagara Falls Mayor Robrestino issued a 180-day moratorium on new cryptocurrency development and facilities in Niagara Falls. In a statement to 7 News, the mayor said, upon recommendation of my administration, the council passed a 180-day moratorium on the consideration and or issuance of all permits and or approvals relative to commercial data centers, which includes cryptocurrency mining. While welcoming new businesses into our community, it is important that we balance that with the best interests of our city residents. The moratorium is providing the city an opportunity to develop a detailed plan as to location and requirements for commercial data centers / data mining, which will ultimately become a part of the city's zoning ordinance. The moratorium remains in effect until June 15th, 2022. Well, geez, that is quite the long time. But yeah, Mayor Restino, if they told you to jump off, if your administration told you to fucking jump off a bridge, would you do it? But yeah, so that is that article, once again by Ryan Arbogast. Inside a Bitcoin mining facility in Niagara Falls. So that's a good one. That's a kind of piggybacking off of the first episode, or a couple episodes, where I was talking about the Bitcoining operation on Buffalo Avenue. There are so there's 3 in the city, not just Frontier Avenue and Buffalo Avenue ones. There's a third one, and I am not too sure where that one is located. I think it might be located near the high school somewhere. But yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, I don't have nothing invested into Bitcoin. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, maybe you don't give a fuck. But yeah, let's start getting all these 50-year-old, 60-year-old trailer park drug addicts and put them in the Bitcoin mining facility and have them integrate and get them a job. Sounds like a perfect plan to me. All right, let's move on to another article, and then we're going to get into just some shit that happened that is silly. So this one is about someone from the area, local, who's out doing cool things. Not, I wouldn't say amazing or incredible things, but just, cool stuff. From LaSalle to Alfred State, this is by Joe Genko, the article at the Niagara Gazette. Alfred State College has a new president with Niagara Falls roots. Alfred State, as we know, college in kind of southern western New York, but kind of at the southern point, kind of near the Pennsylvania border, Alfred State College. Dr. Stephen A. Morrow graduated as LaSalle's valedictorian in 1994 and married his high school sweetheart, Melissa Morrow. Well, isn't that lovely? Our valedictorian, I'm pretty sure I saw him on Buffalo Avenue smoking some drunk darts, couple months ago. So that's where our valedictorian's at. He's not fucking leading a cultural institution, but I digress. Morrow will begin his new job on March 28. Currently, he's the vice president of strategy and campus operations at Gannon University and has served as an adjunct biology professor. Academic excellence is a lifetime habit for Morrow. There was a part of me that always wanted to strive to do well in school. I grew up in a working-class family with a strong work ethic, Morrow said. For me, that translated into classroom performance. For others, it translates into, I don't know what it translates to. Fill in if you have a joke there. The Morrows have 2 sons. Who gives a fuck about them? I've been all over the world, and I have found the people in Niagara Falls to be some of the finest. They are good-natured, hardworking, and incredibly giving. Laugh break. Morrow said, "This surrounding gives you an education in humanity. When you can combine these life lessons with an education in the classroom, great things in life await you." When he's not busy with academia, the new ASC president loves running long distance. Okay, let's see here. I started running with my father-in-law, also from Niagara Falls, when I was in college. Morrow said my college roommate, another Niagara Falls native, was also a runner. My passion for exercise evolved from there. His passion for the outdoors came from summer camping while he was growing up. That love grew to include science in biology class. Many who went to high school in Niagara Falls may remember Anthony Quarantillo. Morrow said, "He was my favorite. He taught biology with such vigor. He was the reason I became a scientist." So if you're a scientist, then why are you becoming the president of a college? Morrow is also author of a book, Flooded: Drugs, Bugs, and Our New Water Crisis, which came out in 2019 and focuses on concerns over prescription medication, antibiotic microbial bugs, personal care products, microplastics, and chemicals of concern in drinking water. Sounds like a Niagara Falls love story. At Gannon, Morrow previously served as Dean of Health Professions and Sciences, Interim Provost, and Vice President of Academic Administration. As an administrator, he contributed to establishing additional campuses, independent online programming, improving retention. Well, online programming and improving retention are polar opposites, and definitely nobody is benefiting from online schooling. So that is not going to improve retention. That's just my take. And he also participated in fundraising and helped the university generate alternate revenue through measures including the establishment of COVID-19 surveillance lab. Morrow is a graduate of the State University of New York at Buffalo, where he earned bachelor's and master's degrees in biology. He was awarded a National Institutes of Health Ruth Kirkstein postdoctoral fellowship to further his education at Cornell University. From 2005 to 2013, Morrow was on faculty at Mercyhurst University in Erie, PA. So that's very interesting. So he was in Pennsylvania and slowly inching his way back to the cataract city of Niagara Falls, New York. Was in PA. Then he moved up a little bit to southern New York, to Alfred. So that's kind of cool. But like I said, a little bit on the mundane side. But, nobody died. It's a good little article. He's doing cool stuff. And he's from here, so that's interesting. But, all right. So, I forgot. Today's holidays are My Way Day. I'm not too sure what that is. Maybe it's kind of Frank Sinatra related. I did it my way. That's a great song. Just love. I've been bumping Frank Sinatra lately. Fucking, to be honest. The fucking New York song. It's a great one. Nancy with a laughing face. That's a fucking great song. That's Life is a great song. Yeah, he had a fucking really long, cool career. I think he's from New Jersey originally. was a young buck, and then he pretty much withered away, got into some opiates, and then he died. So that's cool. Or maybe I'm thinking of Elvis with the opiates. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Sorry, Frank Sinatra, if I'm smearing your legacy. Also, somebody said, I heard this somewhere, I'm pretty sure this is not true. So what I'm about to say is not true. That Frank Sinatra, he owned a house on the Niagara Falls Country Club, the one that's in Lewiston. I think he owned one of the houses that's on the country club there. And I'm pretty sure that is not true, but I've seen the house, and it's a very nice house. It would be kind of modest, in my opinion, if old Frank, old Blue Eyes, they used to call him, was living there. And if you see it, I don't know what the fuck that street is, but the street that goes down the mountain, I know there's two of them, but I'm not sure which one it is. There's a bed frame with flowers in it. So flower bed, you get it? Took me a second to understand what the fuck it was, but I was like, why is there a bed frame with flowers in it? And I thought, oh, flower bed. But yeah, so it's my way day. So whatever it is, do it your way. Whoever, drive the car after a couple pops, that's your way. Do whatever you want. And today is also, interestingly enough, National Cabbage Day. Gotta love that. Corned beef and cabbage. The kid who smoked cabbage that my friend used to sell him used to sell him cabbage disguised as weed. I don't think it was even disguised. He would just bag up cabbage and sell it to this fucking guy. But yeah, he'd smoke it and fucking get high. So that's fucking great. All right. So just took a mighty trip to let's get into my day, not my way. My day. It's still pretty early, but got up and at it this morning, went over to LL Bean up on Niagara Falls Boulevard. And for those of you who don't know, Niagara Falls, or LL Bean is basically, it's a store for people who don't go outdoors but want to look like they go outdoors. People who barely can get out of bed in the morning but want to have a nice pair of boots. So that's what this joint is, I guess. A lovely store. I'm all in. I'm fucking balls deep in this joint. So, yeah, it's a cool store. So I went there, got in the store, and obviously working in retail is fucking hell. It's horrible. Hell in a handbasket. I don't know why people do it. It's not, you get paid like shit. You get treated like shit. Everything's horrible. And, yeah, customers, you can never make them happy. And I'm kind of one of them in this sense. I've become the man in the mirror. I don't know. It's just a little, I don't even know if this is something to complain about. But when you go in the store, at least I like to be acknowledged and just greeted. Just, hello, how you doing today? That's what, I appreciate that. Call me old school, but none of that. Didn't even fucking look my way, fucking sniff my way, anything. Just let my dumb ass just walk in. And then, checking out, they have these nice fucking, like the slip-on boots, the fucking Chelsea boots. And there's already a lady that's helping out some old guy, old fuck. And then, there's like 3 other people who are just standing around with their fucking thumb up their ass. Employees, that is. And I'm obviously fucking lost. And just didn't ask. So then I had to do the thing that I hate to do. Well, one, I had to wait for her to finish helping out the old guy. And then I had to fucking be like, hey, can you help me? I don't know why I don't like it, but it's just weird. Well, it's not weird, but it's like I just hate. I don't know. I guess they're fucking getting paid to help me. So what the fuck am I bitching about? But either way, cute gal. Helped me out. Not really my type, my type, the fucking hairy armpit, fucking sleep deprived, Klonopin type. This was not that. She was kind of just your classic, short, cute gal. But yeah, very helpful. Don't remember what her name was. But what else happened? Yeah, so she was helping me out, and of course it's some weird fucking company, so they use fucking Australian sizing on the shoes. So I get the box, and then it fucking has the wrong size on it, but she fucking helped me out, fucking held my hand through it, and then, that's how it was at Puma, too. We would use, like, European sizing, so the fucking dumbass customers like, oh, this is the wrong fucking size, but it's always just because it's the European sizing. So it was one of those situations. And now being on the customer side, it's fucking, I don't know, it's just weird, and it's fucking hard to wrap your head around that you got wearing it says a different size, but it's actually the right size. Or it's just fucking annoying. So I guess I can see how the customers could fucking get confused. Because it is confusing. But I digress. Fucking, of course, they didn't have the size that I wanted in the boot that I wanted. So then it's like, do you get the boot that you want in a different color than the color that your fucking heart was set on? Or do you do the dreaded fucking order online? And I had to fucking... Well, I don't know why they didn't have my fucking... It's just the classic. Whatever you want, they don't fucking got it. That should be any retail store's slogan. Because that's exactly how it was at Puma. It was a fucking shit show. Whatever you have your heart set on, get ready to go fuck yourself, because we don't got it. Fucking supply chain issue, fucking Biden's too busy fucking fixing bridges in Pittsburgh than to get me my fucking boots from Australia. But, and then the other thing that is brutal about being inside of a retail store, I'm sure this is like a national tragedy, but it's like a losing battle on either end. When you're fucking trying on something in front of like a retail employee, like I'm trying on the boots that she got me, super nice. She went in the back, got the fucking sizes. But it's like, then I have to try them on. So, and she's just like watching me. So it's weird. No matter who the fucking retail employee is, what they look like, whoever the fuck, it's just weird because I'm like trying it on, and then you do the little walk around, you stretch a little bit. And it's like she's just watching me, so I can't do my full fucking fledged routine of trying on the fucking boots because she's just fucking staring at me, and it's just fucking weird. But then I could see it from her side, like she doesn't want to fucking just walk away, because I guess I wouldn't want to walk away from a customer either and then fucking somehow make them mad that way. But yeah, it's just fucking weird. I'm sure you've done the same thing where they fucking get you a pair of shoes, give them to you, and then they just fucking stare at you. It's fucking horrible. It is fucking horrible. Breathing down my fucking neck while I'm trying on my boots. Fucking shame on you. Yeah, fucking, then just the sizing, Australian size, it's like, what the fuck? Now I need to know fucking Morse code to fucking get a pair of boots? Come on, go fuck yourself. But yeah. So then the lady who was helping me out, nice enough, they could fucking order it for me online, so that's what we fucking did. It's just the classic situation. At least we could, or at least they could fucking order it online for me if it was where I worked back in the day, retail. I would have told myself, go fuck yourself. We can't order it for you here. We don't have that kind of technology, even though we have fucking computers. We're not a fucking Blockbuster. It's ridiculous that we couldn't do that. Literally, it's fucking so stupid. But, so she fills out this little fucking slip. And I don't know what this hipster fucking... And I'm literally, like, the, prototype hipster douche. That's literally me. So everything I'm complaining about, this is the stuff that I like. This is, it's fucking... They got, like, metal cups everywhere and, like, rustic, like, notebooks and bullshit like that. Really cool stuff to a fucking douchebag like me. So she fills out the fucking, this, like, order form with the item number and the color and all that shit. And then the size, writes down the Australian size, which is the size on the box. So it should be right. But it's fucking weird. So then I cash out. I have to make a fucking stupid fucking account. The dude at the register doesn't know shit about the return policy or the fucking 1 year satisfaction, go fucking fuck your mother guarantee. And I was literally that guy in retail too, like having to be like, hey, asking my fucking coworker, what's the fucking return policy? That was literally me, but he had to do it, and I saw it with my own eyes, and it's just fucking annoying. I don't see how retail can last 5 more years at this rate, because you can't. Nobody's gonna pay anybody a good wage, and nobody gives a fuck. I didn't give a fuck, so why should they? When I worked retail, that is. Nobody gives a fuck. Everything's fucking should be burnt to the ground, and then we'll just order off Amazon. I'll get my boots from there. And then I'll order the fucking Australian size, and then I'll come in, and then the boots will come in, they'll be 7 sizes too small, and then I'll have a fucking stroke. But yeah, so they do have they got a 1 year fucking satisfaction guaranteed. Any fucking, they were like, yeah, if the boots tear and like it's not your fault, you can return them. It's like, yeah, no shit. If you give me a fucking shitty pair of boots and I can't return them, I'm gonna fucking burn this place down. If you sell me fucking shoes and they fall apart, I better be able to come in and fucking exchange them. That just goes without saying. That's just like being a good fucking, having good fucking business morals. If you sell me something that's a fucking piece of shit, you better take it back and fix it. I can't even speak right now. I'm just floored with these people. But yeah, LL Bean, a hell of a store. If you're any sort of douchebag like myself, go check it out. Yeah, cashier didn't know shit. He didn't even fucking know the total. He didn't even tell me the fucking total of my bill. Which, I was probably, in theory, a shitty retail cashier, but I never fucking, you gotta tell people what the fuck they're gonna pay. Either way, I'm gonna fucking pay for the stupid fucking boots, but at least tell me how much you're gonna fuck me for before you fuck me. And you didn't even fucking have them. And then this is the part that just sent me off fucking running for the fucking hills. So we finished. I was like, okay, everything's all done. And then he hands me back the order slip that the fucking lady gave me. And he's like, this is your receipt. So we're not fucking printing receipts now? That's what we're fucking doing at these fucking hipster fucking... It's me, though. I'm the fucking enemy. I'm the fucking... I don't know. We're doing fucking carrier pigeon fucking receipts. Yeah, I don't fucking know. But it's... like, there's no piece of paper that has, confirmed that I spent the money there. It was just kind of weird. It's like, we're not doing printed receipts anymore? Really? We're not doing that anymore? I don't fucking know. It was just unsettling, unnerving. And then he kind of just stood there, the cashier, and was like, okay, you're all set. And it's just fucking weird. It's just weird. But I don't blame him, because why would he give a fuck? He's probably getting paid fucking $6 an hour and getting fucking screamed at in the back by his fucking fat fucking bald boss who's on the edge of fucking driving off a bridge. It's like, that's how fucking all... Oh my god, some of the managers I've had are fucking unreal. I don't know how I did it. But yeah, that's fucking... I don't know what kind of fucking show they're running there, what kind of ship they're fucking driving. But either way, I'm excited for my boots. So yeah. And then I don't fucking know. I don't know. That was kind of... I guess we'll probably cut it off here. We'll end it here. And then we're going to go to the... I'll meet you in the second half of this here podcast in a little bit. Yeah, so we'll do that. And I will see you in the second half of this podcast, folks. Alrighty, on the back half of this lovely number 114 on this lovely National Cabbage Day. I hope you're celebrating it in style, no matter what ethnicity you are. But, of course, if you're fucking Irish out there, you know, wear it as a badge of honor. Go get yourself a head of cabbage, and I don't know what you can do with a head of cabbage besides eat it. Maybe show it off to some of your friends. Say, look what I got here. Then open up your blouse and reveal a head of cabbage. Throw them for a loop. National Pull the Wool Over Your Eyes Day. Shout out to Mr. Yarusi out there, Mr. Pete. Best Spanish teacher. I think he was Dago too. He had Dago energy. Kind of looked like a little mouse in the house. Yeah, he was a good dude. He used to always bleed out of different holes out of his ears and shit. Out of his ear, I remember specifically he put a sock in it. He put the saying into action, you know, just, hey, put a sock in it. He actually put a sock into a hole that was bleeding in his body. And I always respected him for that, for putting a sock in it, because it was beautiful. And so is this podcast, and so is today. It's a big Thursday, almost Friday, so maybe planning some malarkey with your cohorts. Maybe go drive around under the influence a little bit. Maybe go take a nap under a bridge. Go fight somebody. Go ding dong ditching. How about that? Come, nobody's doing that anymore. Just because you got a full-time job doesn't mean you can't be a menace to your neighborhood. Who the fuck says that? Who says you can't go do some malarkey? And that's what I challenge you to do this weekend. Go rob somebody at gunpoint. And that's my call to action. No, don't be, yeah, well, I mean, if you're a malarkey man or a malarkey woman, I'm not going to ask you to change. That's not what this podcast is about. This podcast is about just staying stagnant and stale and just still water with your host, your humble host, Muhammad. But yeah, what do we got? So Bengals versus Chiefs. I realized when watching this football game, this NFL syndication, that when you're watching football that isn't the Bills or whatever the fuck your team is, it's really, really hard to give any fucks at all about it. Caught myself dozing off, looking at my phone, looking at everything besides the fucking TV. And yeah, it's like, well, I watched it for probably about a quarter and I was like, this is kind of stupid. I don't really give a fuck. I'm a week out from fucking when the Bills lost, so got that looming over my head. And like I said before, I'll say it again, I wanted the Bengals to win. Wanted them to win. Of course, it's a double-edged sword here. Everything's a double-sided dildo with positives and negatives. Everything in life is a double-edged cock, but either way, it's gonna fuck you. How about that? Put that on my gravestone. Life's a double-sided dick. Any way you take it, it'll fuck you. If you can word it a little bit more masterfully and maybe type it down in the comments. If you got a rewrite of it, I'll take it, and then we'll feature you in the next episode, I guess. Life's a double-sided dick. Either way you take it, you're getting fucked. How about that? I don't know. Let me know what you think. There's probably a better way, or that's probably just some kind of saying that I'm just replacing it with dildo or cock. Guess I'm a fraud. I don't really own any dildos out there. Shout out to all the dildo owners in America. Kind of interesting. Dated a girl once. She had some kind of weird like clit fucking dildo thing. It looked like a big old tube of lipstick, and then you took off the top, and it was just some kind of manipulation device that she would put down there. So hey, whatever. If you're a male and you own a pocket pussy, salute to you, brethren. Or if the old lady owns she's got a mechanical man in the bedroom, another man, a mechanical man. Let her be, let her have her fun. If there's another man and he's okay. But yeah, watching football that isn't the Bills or anything that you're interested in relatively, it's just not that much fun. Fuck Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow holding it down, white boy summer. He's basically the Chet Hanks of football, so I salute him. And he won, so there we go. It's going to be, what's that? Bengals and Rams in the fucking soup, in the bowl, and that'll be nice. Yeah, I don't know. You just don't give a fuck anymore after the Bills lose. Everybody, you just want to push them off. You don't want to talk to your loved ones. You don't want to speak to your kids. You don't want to see the parents. You just want to go and stare at that good wall in your room after the Bills lost. So I hear your cries out there, soldiers. You're not in this alone. There's always next year. Hate to hear that. Hate to say that. But yeah, so the Bengals won, so. And I mean, you might as well give it to them, because what the fuck's going on in Cincinnati anyways? Who gives a fuck about the whole Midwest? In reality, who gives a fuck about the whole Midwest? What is there to do out there? What do people do? I don't know anybody that's from there. Maybe I've met somebody, but they were just such a bland, kind of cornfield type of person that they just kind of breezed me by. I guess it's probably an easygoing kind of life. Everybody's got a truck and a field, something to do. They're all mowing hay and bullshit like that. But yeah, if you want to state a claim for people in the Midwest, if you speak for the trees, if you speak for the cornfields of the Midwest, and you want to argue with me and make me look like a piece of shit on my platform, the stage is all yours. That's what this whole gamut's all about. That's what the whole marionette string production's all about. So yeah, I don't know. What even is Ohio anyways? Cleveland that's like the shining star of Ohio is Cleveland, and what do they have besides the Cock and Ball Hall of Fame, the fucking rock and roller, and that place fucking sucks dick. It's like 2 floors just hollowed out. There's literally nothing. It's like walking by a storefront in like a mall, like 3 different storefronts. That's how much like surface area of interesting shit to look at. It goes by way too quick. If you've been there, you'll fucking have my back and fucking stand with me in solidarity that R&R frickin' R&RF Hall of Fame. It's just a lackluster joint, and I like rock and roll. I like Nickelback, and left me with this was a long time ago though. This was also fucking 2018 maybe, 2017. Good old trip down to what's that? Marietta? I can't remember. But either way, wherever Newberry went to college, it's either Henrietta or Marietta. What the fuck? Is it Marietta? Well, now I gotta look it up. It's right near West Virginia. Marietta College, Ohio. Let's see if that comes up. Marietta. That's it. It's a private liberal arts school in Marietta, Ohio. Look at that. Yeah, it's literally right on the border of West Virginia. I was going to say, I don't think... Okay, so Henrietta's... Once again, just being the, fringe autistic boy I am. I just love looking at a map, and I doubt that you're the same. But yeah, okay, so it's this river. It's the Ohio River that separates... West Virginia and Ohio. So there's some very useless knowledge that you can put in your back pocket. If any of you folks and fellers out there like to, spit out facts that nobody gives a fuck about, it works great with the ladies when you say, hey, you know what river separates Ohio and West Virginia? Guaranteed pantaloon dropper. But yeah, Ohio is a fucking shitty joint. Yeah, like I said, the only time I've ever spent in Ohio was visiting Newberry down there in Marietta. I almost forgot what it was called again. Yeah, kind of just a college town. I think there was actually a Tim Hortons that was across the street from his the dorms, so that was nice. Yeah, we stayed in the dorms, kind of slept on the floor, got drunk, and and on the way home we stopped at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that's when the boys got disappointed. Yeah, but that was a fun little trip. We drank with Newberry. Had a friend out there at school. He kind of looked like Christian Laettner, so that's what his name was. Good old Christian Laettner vibes. Love a guy who's got Christian Laettner vibes, lanky boy vibes. But yeah, other than that, Ohio. What can you say? Who could state a case for Ohio? I don't know. It's like, what states seem to really matter that much besides Florida, New York, and California? Those seem to be the top 3. Could be wrong, though. Could be wrong. Call me a fucking... Call me a real putz down there in the comment section if you think otherwise. But yeah, Florida, New York, California. What else happens anywhere else? And I think Florida is just kind of hanging on there. But I guess you could argue that most of New York, nothing happens in. So there we go. I guess I'm I'm doing a valid, I'm looking at both sides here. Looking at the front and the back. But yeah, it's been a good week at a good week at work. I was talking to Bob the janitor as I do. He's looking good. He's got a tight ass and he's always bleeding out of his face. So I think he might be on meth. But either way, if he's on meth, I still love him. He's kind of like just like a sick cat that you keep feeding. He's a good guy. He said he runs 5 Facebook groups, and he says at least one of the groups that he's in, our accounts are one of the groups that he's in. At least one group is in Facebook jail at any given time, because he said he was posting. Bob said he was posting pictures of swastikas on Facebook and all that shit. And then I guess they threw him in the hen house, threw him in the FB jail, Facebook jail. And he's not taking that too well. But you know what? I'm standing in solidarity with him, and I'm going to try and bail him out of Facebook jail so he can continue to post his narrative on Facebook. I haven't been on Facebook in fucking 5-6 years. I don't fucking know. Probably even longer than that. It's got to be a cesspool. Shout out to any soldiers still on the book. It's just probably just a lot of bad takes from elderly family members, right? That's got to be what Facebook consists of. Would imagine it's just like my dad and all of his hot takes and conspiracies, but just in written word format. So it just doesn't seem like something. I don't even like looking at Instagram or Twitter, whatever the fuck anybody's got to say. Throw your fucking family in there, throwing Aunt Sally. Fucking forget about it. Drink of the day. We're drinking water on this podcast, and that's what I'm not even the seltzer, just a little H2O, lean, same thing. Love that fucking, what was that? Probably like a 2014 banger. H2O, lean, same thing. Speaking of drinking, though, this podcast coming up, folks, number 115, number 115. You little pigs, little hogs, little H's. You guys are in for a treat. We got Chuck Cheese from downstate serving a bid. He did a mighty return to the podcast, and it got real hairy real quick. It's about an hour and 20 minutes long, and we were just shooting the shit, fighting, loving, screaming, whispering, the whole fucking 9 yards. Praying, fucking everything. Yeah, about an hour and 20 minutes, and number 1-15, we played a game. You don't gotta play if you're a celibate, but if you like to dance with the devil, we did a drink along, and maybe that can be a fun podcast game. Make it fun for the folks at home, whoever who like to drink along. Yeah, so Chucky, he was drinking what the fuck was he drinking? He was drinking fucking rum, Bacardi. He was drinking a bottle of Bacardi. He drank a whole bottle of Bacardi on the cast. So that's what your ears got coming up for you on fucking Big Monday to start off your week. And it was a barn burner of a cast. It was a hay burner of a cast. Like I said, we solved all the issues. We got all the answers. This guy has the fucking, he's got the cure for cancer, Chuck Cheese, but he won't tell anybody. And that's the kind of guy that we're dealing with. So he's a real vat of it, a real vat of knowledge. He's got a big head, he's got a big ass. And he's just a lot of fun. So that's what happened in number 115. So really, really make sure you buckle up. Make sure you buckle up. Other than that, oh boy, what else are we getting into out there, folks? What are the kids doing nowadays? What are the kids up to? I've never got into the Grateful Dead before. Never ever. I thought it was just stupid fucking just music where people wear tie-dye and go get fucked up and shoot heroin in a parking lot. And I watched this documentary, and it turns out I was right. Grateful Dead. It's on Netflix. I don't know what the fuck it's called. It's called something stupid like The Last Trip or The Long Trip. But it goes, it's on Netflix. Like I said, it's actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. I take back everything negative that I said. It follows Bob Weir, who I've heard that name a bunch, but he was the rhythm guitarist for the GD, the Grateful Dead. And yeah, it kind of just follows him around. I'm pretty sure he's the last living member of the Grateful Dead. Maybe I heard his name because he fucking died recently. Is he still alive? Let's see. Bob Weir. I'll be fucking heartbroken. Let's see here. Well, it's saying is, so I guess he's still alive. Yeah, Bob Weir. He's kind of he's honestly not really that likable. I think he's kind of a douchebag, but he's old, so who gives a fuck? But yeah, he was the rhythm guitarist, so he's kind of just the last member. So I guess people kind of have to give a shit about him, but I'm sure nobody gave a fuck when Jerry Garcia was alive, because Jerry Garcia was kind of the prize pony of the Grateful Dead, and yeah, they were really cool. I like the little bears, the little bear shirts, the kooky little designs. That's fun. I could see myself wearing a Grateful Dead shirt. Everybody has those stickers with the skull and the shirts. Everybody wears them. But yeah, I mean the music. It's like mid. It's not gonna. There's probably one or two songs that you could fucking get in, bop your head to when you're fucking shooting up. But other than that, it's just some average music. I don't know if you like kind of jam bandy, just prolonged periods of just like noodling kind of guitar solos and shit like that. Like, it's all right. I think the history is probably just even more interesting than the music. But yeah, really crazy cult following that the Grateful Dead had. That they would get people that would just bootleg all the shows and just like record them with just like portable recorders, and they'd put mics like 15 feet in the air on like a stick, and then they'd record it, which is fucking crazy. I don't know, like, that's why it's probably the most bootleg band there is. And then if you go to the Grateful Dead and you look up any given song, there'll be like literally probably like 40 different versions of the same song, just because there's so many different live recordings and shit like that. If there's one song I had to recommend to you for the Grateful Dead that I've been listening to a lot, it's called, let's see, Mississippi Half Step Uptown Toodaloo. Not huge on the title, but yeah, Mississippi Half Step Uptown Toodaloo by the Grateful Dead. That's a good song. I like Jerry's vocal on there. It's a cool little song. And I like the chord progression as well. But yeah, Jerry Garcia, hell of a guy. He's kind of, you've seen him. He's a chubby, crazy, wacky looking, hair everywhere guy. And yeah, he was a cool dude. He died kind of young. Well, not young. He's like 50 something. And he had the beats, diabetes. He was eating like shit. And people kind of treated him like he was fucking Jesus. Kind of looked like Jesus. And Yeah, he was, guess he was an avid cocaine guy and a big old heroin guy, even up to his last days, being a just old, like 53. And I feel like the quintessential heroin user is not what Jerry Garcia looks like. Jerry Garcia is quite chubby and quite merry looking, just a happy looking guy. And yeah, I guess he just had a taste for the H. Oh, God bless him. You know, what are you gonna do? And then he fucking died from I don't I don't he definitely didn't. I don't think he died of an overdose, but he just had some kind of heart attack. Well, I guess we could figure out, can't we? Let's see. Jerry Garcia death. He died of, let's see. Come on. Come on. Garcia died in his room at a rehabilitation clinic. Ain't that a son of a bitch? In 1995, the cause of his death was a heart attack. Garcia had long struggled with drug addiction, weight problems, sleep apnea, heavy smoking, and diabetes, all of which contributed to his physical decline. Amen to that, brother. Let's see. I was struck numb. Yeah, I don't know. Jerry Garcia, though, cool guy. Like I said, interesting history. They were all doing acid and shit when they kind of started up the Grateful Dead, but kind of a cringy. Well, I don't know if it's cringy, but it's just kind of like a cult or something, all their fans, which is cool, I guess. Most of them seems like they're fans. They could be trailer park dwellers, but hey, whatever. If you want to listen to somebody do a guitar solo for 10 hours and whatever, amen. And wrapping up here, after the Grateful Dead, my day at work was pretty good, in and out. Hope you're on your way to a good one, or on your way home from a good one, or in the middle of a good one. Either way. But yeah, I've got a legend coming into the property here, to the hotel. I recognize this last name. I won't say it because it's just silly, but I saw this guy's name. I was like, that name seems very, very familiar. Where do I know that name? And then there's like a directory where I can look up all the people, or just look up, last name, first name, and then just type in a date. So I went way back a couple of years, and this gentleman had stayed with us right when I had first started my job, about a year ago at this here property. And he was kind of the first guest that introduced me to that fucking Niagara Falls local life, especially in the off season here at all the hotels. You'll find a lot of stray dogs, a lot of troubled children out there, and this guy, kind of the first one that really just knocked my socks off. This guy was in his room with his kids and his kind of estranged girlfriend wife thing, and they were screaming at each other, whole nine. And then fucking when they left a bunch of needles and fucking paraphernalia behind. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, on a stick. And that was the first guest that kind of clued me into, I guess in the off season, these are the kind of folks that I'm gonna run into. And yeah, kind of just was par for the course from there. All the off season, it's brutal, it's horrible. Kind of nearing, well, not really, kind of in the weeds here, kind of in the thick of it. But what the fuck you gonna do? I don't know. And then the fucking dude that I was just telling you about, the one time he saw me eating my lunch in the fucking parking lot. I was like, fuck, now he knows what I drive. I'm fucked. But nothing ended up happening, and I don't know, but he's back. So if you hear a story about somebody, it's some crazy shit, it's probably this guy. So, yeah, I'll put a cork in this fucking pod. But like I said, you're in for a treat. Number 115, the next episode on Monday. It's a barn burner. It'll tickle your tummy, rattle your bones. But yeah, this has been Garden Pails number 114 for Thursday, February 17th, 2022. And signing off here, all right? Have a great day, folks.